In every community, there are certain elements that contribute to its development. Education tends to be at the center of this developmental process. The Universal House of Justice says, and I quote, "The significance of education in the work of community building is unmistakable. And in the field of social action, the provision of education remains the signature contribution of Bahá'ís in most parts of the world. In order to foster the systematic advance of the educational programs, they will need to be further strengthened and streamlined." End of quote. In Munumbwa Village, communities are learning about how the various educational endeavors ought to be pursued as interacting educational processes that are unfolding with ever greater coherence. Here is a most enlightening conversation of a group of youth involved in this process.
Guys, it's amazing how our community is transforming material and spiritual education.
Yeah, even I've been thinking about it.
Yeah. Now you can see that through like our community members, the way they engage in some things is like quite educational. Like unlike the few past years ago, they used to like when for example, I am a parent, I have children, and her has parent. She's also a parent. She has also her children. I would just concentrate on my children, and she will also concentrate on her children. But now, because of education, and they are progressing materially and spiritually, now they know that now they have to concentrate on both their children, because they now know the importance of education, and how education can actually help transform not only our communities but also other like society at large. And then I could remember a long time ago when my children, for example, I'm a parent, yeah, her children are going to school, my children are not going to school. She'll just mind her own, because I'm also another one, she's also another one. So but now, because of the spiritual and material education the community has been introduced to, now the community members has this cooperation between them. They get worried when someone's child isn't going to school, like because of the community school which is there, they would go there and talk to the administration of the school how they can help the child of another parent to start going to school, and yeah, such things. Like, it's amazing how seeing my community grow in that way. It's really something amazing.
And everyone is
Yeah,
And,
yes.
the community has started maybe like cooperating.
Yes.
As you know, guys, like what Monica is saying, everything has got its beginning. Yeah. And I remember before the school started, 2012. In 2012, so it started with one children class and one junior. The children class was being learned by Uncle Chiwe, and then the junior by Auntie Q. And then, so these children in the community started receiving this kind of this spiritual education. And then after some time, parents saw that there was really need for these children to receive other kind of education, which was academic education. You remember it?
Yeah,
They came together, and then like the conversation about having a community school emerged. started emerging a bit by bit, and then they decided first to have to have a what? To have a preschool, and then year by year the classes are just being added up. So 2013 preschool, 2014 grade 1, just like that up to grade 12. Yes. And then they recently had their graduation. So what they do at the school is that from grade 1 up to grade 9, they started offering spiritual education and academic education. So the textbook that we were offering were children class and junior youth. And then from grade 10 up to grade 12, they saw that, okay, since now we've been offering spiritual education, so maybe let's try to introduce maybe something new. So they decided to introduce PSA. So and then the grade 10 students up to grade 12, they started studying PSA, which really helped them to start carrying out service in their communities. Yes. Yeah.
Even the joys are also doing service because of the joy materials which they are doing. It's also helping them to understand more about service.
Yeah, and we are even like that. We even receive this kind of education at the age of maybe like 6. Because if you go to places maybe like Serenje, Mukushi, you won't find such kind of education. I think since like we've grown up, we are also offering such kind of education to children, and we are able to see how they are transforming and stuff, and we are able to tell that, okay, even their sense of maybe like in service and stuff, it's also growing.
And you know what is interesting about our community is how the spiritual education has been the foundation for all educational efforts. Because of the raised consciousness of the population in the community, we can see social action activities such as tree planting, village banking, also the community school. Yeah, now they are like coming out. And also I'm just thinking about how these efforts started through the Junior Youth and Spiritual Empowerment Program. Do you remember when we started with your Junior Youth group?
Yes.
I remember that time we went for a walk.
Yes. I've also remembered that time when we went for a walk, and then it was you and Teacher Jackson who was accompanying us, and then we went for a walk around the community. We went to look to identify things that we can be doing in the community. So, and then at that time we identified that that we should be helping the
elderly.
Yes, at that time, yes. We identified a lot of things that during that work that we had.
Yes, even the blind grandma, she even passed away.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah. I remember that time we started. Most of you were young. You are not able to express yourself like the way you are expressing yourselves. But through this spiritual empowerment program now, like a good number of you are serving, you are able to help the younger ones. And also, you can see you are saving. Some of you are participating in the members of the ATC. And also we start after that, because after school now you started now, you became the youth volunteers. Okay, so now, Friday, you can also tell us how your experience has been.
So, the thing that has happened, it has really transformed, as we can see. So, looking on how I started, that was in 2020 at school. At my former school, we never had the JY moral education, but I came to find it at James, and then whereby we really do some services out. I remember one time going to an disabled man who did not have the source of water, went to dig a well that side and chop some wood. So it has really transformed, and I started in Blazes of Confirmation, and then now I'm doing book 1. Yeah. So when I can run fast at my back days, so how we used to have this a JY group. It is like early in the morning, and then when we have it, then we go to our academic studies. And then the other thing is that after school break, we can even invite our neighboring in our community neighbors. They come and attend. Yeah, and then the other thing is that at this time we can still go in the community and create some groups there. Yes. So as for now, I am unmeter. I have formed my own group. Yeah. So it is just within my community, Munumbwa. So yeah, we have it after lunch. It's when we have our group, and then we have art and some of games we can play there. Yeah, within my group. Yeah.
Another important aspect is that culture that has been developed by members in our community, that culture of wanting to learn. For instance, during the school breaks and the holidays, we usually take advantage of those days to sort of develop ourselves. Not only that, another important aspect is the culture that has been developed of wanting to progress. For instance, during the school break and the holidays, we usually have intensive studies and also the young men and women conference.
Yeah, and also talking about culture, I think we have seen this changing in culture where now members of the community are coming to consult more. We can see parents now coming. Even at our school, we are able to host some events or activities like village banking and also spaces where parents just come to consult.
Also talking about young ladies conference, there was a time we had it, and there are some things I learned about our community and some cultures which are really not appropriate and they're not matching to spiritual education. But also it's good that we have young ladies conference to rinse their minds about some cultures which are not appropriate. And talking about themes also, Shan, remember when we did some themes in book 2 with the Zionists, we managed to finish all the themes. It's really great how our community is now cooperating and we are able to teach old people about spiritual life and about the Baha'i faith. And it's really helping. Also, when we came, we were shy, we couldn't talk in front of people, but just because of the JY text, Young Ladies Conference, Youth Conference, and these other study circles has really encouraged youths to talk out. Yes. I've seen that our capacity has also emerged into having very meaningful conversations, in that it has really helped even in family levels. You would find that the conversation which I have now with my dad is very different to the conversation I used to have with him before the process.
Also, through the study of the books of the many sequence of courses and the PSA materials, our conversation has now extended to themes such as agriculture, health of our community, and also the service, like being service to our community.
I wanted to read for you guys a little bit about what the ATC shared in the last reflection meeting about the Youth Volunteer Program. It says that, and we've seen that following the completion of a batch of 8 who just graduated high school last year, this pool of youth that decided to volunteer and serve while preparing for tertiary education at their former school is now highlighting a path for the community, which is learning to systematize it through the Youth Volunteer Program, through which they are continuing their educational advancement through higher sequence of the Institute, more PSA units, and other materials that raise their understanding, and are now even serving from children's class teachers to animators and tutors of the Institute courses. one aspect of our youth volunteer program is that we are being exposed to different areas of service, and also we are having conversations with professionals in different areas, and we can really see that it's helping us make sound choices for our career path. Yes.
Also, it's a great opportunity for me to accompany this group of youth volunteers, because also I walked the same path. I was a volunteer years ago, and also assisting the friends, the volunteers. It's now like helping me more because of a lot of things that we have put in place that they are learning, helping them to meet different friends who are qualified in different areas to assist them, and also so I'm accompanying them not only in their academics but also in their different aspects of life. You know, it has been a great privilege for me to be part of their journey.
And we are also seeing that this group of youth volunteers is now assisting the junior youth in their acts of service. So we accompany them in their children's class, in their visits to homes in the community for devotions, and even in their own studies. Yes.
In this educational process, our capacity has really emerged to a level such that we are able to bring together old and young people. We are all helping each other in the area of service. Like, it's no longer like only the youths should go serve, but now it's also teachers, ATC members, the local spiritual assembly, the students. Even it's really impressing that even the small kids, the grade 1s, grade 2, they also go for service. It's very nice.
And also in Munumbwa, the capacity for conversation with families and individuals has extended compared to over the past years ago, because you find that different families in the communities are coming together to have different conversations, and also individuals are having conversations that have increased to their capacity.
Just to add on what Mambo shared, that the relationship between different people in the community have extended. So you find that long time ago, families never used to come together having devotion at one place. They just used to have on their own houses. So the same capacity to conversation has helped the community a lot.
And guys, do you remember since the inception of the secondary school, the first grade 8 that we had in 2019? Yes. Just to add to what Mambo and Comfort had earlier alluded about sustaining conversations about education in all its forms in Munumbwa. I remember that time we used to go out together with Mr. Shimishi on weekends to initiate conversations about the importance of prayer, about the role of parents in education. And you know, out of those conversations, we have seen that there is growth in capacity in sustaining meaningful conversations in Munumbwa. And this has culminated into even having education conferences in Munumbwa, where the different community members get to come together, the individuals, the community leaders such as the headmans, and also other stakeholders from education institutions such as schools, head teachers for instance, come to the different parent-teacher consultation meetings that we have in Munumbwa at James. And with this education conference that have been happening in Munumbwa, we get to see parents participating and contributing to the education endeavors, and they share their educational aspirations. They try to talk about how they can address some of the challenges that they have in their community. And out of this, we get to see that we have witnessed an expanding participation in discourse in education, for example, and collaboration by the other like-minded individuals in the community, agencies and institutions. And it's been eliciting more support, to support the process of education in all its forms. And just recently in 2024, term 2, we also received some desks, about 40 desks, from the District Education Board of Chisamba through the Community Development Fund. And we can see the impact of sustaining meaningful conversations with the community members and other like-minded agencies and institutions. Yeah.
Amamba wasa ngaboto wagwesu injisho yonse hijiteka mumunzi wesu haleta inguzu himbi hapa kuti gube gujincha kuko tutieni kotubona ede basa mbombo.
So one of the characteristics in our community is that youth come together and reflect on their challenges and also try to sort of document. So this is what we learned. Looking at the main challenges that the community continue to face, it presents more opportunities to serve that beacons participation. So we have to continue increasing our education with service remaining at the center of our lives, influencing others to join our effort, calling out sacred obligation to great privilege to be part of. As the Universal House of Justice reminds us, all must sage, but the youth must sow. That is what I wanted to share with you.